Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Just Be Different broadcast. My name is Janae, and I'm so excited and delighted to be invited into your time tonight to discuss relevant and pertinent issues with you, the viewing audience. Please know that the Just Be Different movement serves to empower people from all walks of life to be different in every aspect of their lives. Please visit our official website, wansleyj.wix.com/ Just Be Different. Please like our movement page on Facebook at the Just Be Different Movement. All of my social media handles, as well as the link to the official website and the movement page on Facebook, will be provided for you in the media description below. If this is your first time watching, thank you so much. I cannot express my gratitude and for you pressing play and joining us tonight. And if you are an avid watcher of the broadcast, please, thank you. Accept my thanks for continuing to watch our daily broadcast. I greatly and sincerely appreciate it. I think I got, because I do this every day, so I think I got everything out the way. So tonight's episode of Just Be Different, we are doing a Q&A segment. A few weeks ago, I asked that those of you who watch and participate, that they, excuse me, y'all. So, oh Lord. Anyway, I asked you guys a few weeks ago to send in your questions because I wanted to do a Q&A segment, kind of mix it up a little bit. I know I have different segments in place: love and relationships, church, community, family first. And sometimes I just talk off the top of my dome and y'all just listen to my heart. But I wanted to do something different, and so I asked y'all to send questions. What did y'all want to know about me? I mean, I am the founder and the visionary of the movement, but I don't want to seem like I'm so distant and far away from you guys. We're family. And so it's only right that you know something about me besides what you read on the founder page on the website. So I looked through all the questions and I picked, I believe, about 10 or so, something along the lines of that. 10 or so appropriate questions. Because let me tell y'all something. I told y'all, I said, listen, as long as it's not too intimate or too personal, I will answer it. And y'all come in my inbox asking me all these intimate and personal questions. I'm gonna need y'all to learn how to, pay attention, follow directions. No shade, but a lot of these questions that y'all sent me aren't gonna be answered because they are too intimate and too personal. But there were great questions in there that I decided to pick and to talk to you guys about. Let me please mute my Facebook conversation because they are going off right now. They are going off in here, like y'all are going off. Y'all are going off. Who's Android? Anyway, so yes, I picked out about 10 or so questions, and so I'm so excited to answer these questions and to I didn't mute the conversation. I will mute the conversation for until I turn it back on, because I will turn it back on. I will turn it back on in a minute. So I'm so excited to finally, all the distractions are going. I'm so excited to share these answers to these questions with you guys so that you can learn a little bit more about me, a little bit more about the movement. I don't bite, and everybody that knows me can tell you that. I mean, I may come off a little stern or brash in the beginning. That's what all my friends tell me. I guess that's because I'm a Leo. But at the end of the day, like, I'm an overall cool person. I'm really cool. Like, get to know me. I'm really cool. I'm fun to be around. So let's get get started, shall we? I put all the questions that I was gonna answer in this little piece of crap phone I got. So I'm gonna just scroll down the memo list, and whichever one I press on is the one I'm gonna answer first. Okay. Watch Caillou. Question number 1. You speak so often about love and relationships. What do you want your relationship to be like? That's a good question. I don't necessarily ask for much. I'm not. I mean, I'll treat myself before I ask somebody else to treat me. So like the materialistic things in a relationship does not really matter to me. Like they don't. Like you don't have to have a 6-figure job. You don't have to like. If I really care about you and you care about me and we feel and we feeling each other or whatever. Just because I may have a job and you may not, that honestly does not mean that I'm just like, oh, I'm not gonna talk to you because you can't buy me nothing. Because before you came along, I was responsible for buying myself stuff. So now why do I all of a sudden have to why do I now all of a sudden have to depend on you to get me what I need? You know what I'm saying? Not saying that, I would appreciate, like, I'll appreciate it if you decide to buy me whatever. I don't mind, and I will appreciate it, and I will cherish it. But that's not like a must-have on my list. I'm not jealous. I'm really not jealous. As I've matured, I've come to understand that jealousy really gets you nowhere. Like, I'm really not jealous of anyone, anybody, anything. Like, I'm happy for you. When anybody that's connected to me is happy, I'm happy. And that's how it's really supposed to be. So I'm not jealous. I don't hold grudges. I'm not an envious person. I'm very simple. Like, just love me. Just be truthful to me. Respect me. Respect my daughter. You can't be with me and then say, oh, I don't want any parts of your daughter. Because, see, if that's the case, then we don't need to be talking at all. Because everyone who is in my life loves me and loves my child. That's it. So you can't come to grips or come to terms with the fact that I have a daughter. Then we're not gonna be together. That's just that, because my daughter is with me everywhere I go. She's mine, and so you want me, she comes with me. That's just it. That's it. What else? You don't lie to me, and I feel like that's everyone. Like, nobody wants to be lied to, especially by if the person says that they love you. You don't want them to lie to you, and I wouldn't lie to anybody. So, when it comes to being in a relationship, what's the point of lying? Honesty is the best policy. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, just don't lie to me. Be loyal to me. Be faithful. Honor me. Respect me. Like. And when I say honor me, you don't have to honor me in materialistic things or something like that. You don't have to, but I mean, it's just the way that you treat me. Like, how I know that you really love me, because you can say, oh, I love you, Janae, da 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 da, and your actions don't show it. You say you love me, but you out there cheating. Our relationship is not honored. You don't honor me, and I can surely be sitting there honoring you, all your wishes and respecting all your wishes and things like that, but you're not honoring me because your actions are not showing that you love me and that you have my best interests at heart and that you really care for me. See? So, I mean, no relationship is perfect. I'm not looking for a perfect relationship. But as long as the feeling is mutual and that we can work on building a future together in honesty and in trust and in love, like, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I don't judge. I really don't judge. I mean, I really don't, because I'm not perfect either. And there's things that I have to work on. So who am I to say, oh, because you don't do this or because you don't have that, I can't be with you? That's really rude. And to me that's really insensitive, because what if you were the person that didn't have X, Y, what if I was the person, that didn't have X, Y, and Z, and somebody judged me according to what I have and what I didn't have? I would feel away too. So I wouldn't dare do that. Well, hopefully that answered your question. Oh, by the way, all of these are anonymous. I'm not gonna give names of who said what. Because that don't really matter, right? Right. So, okay. Question number 2. What made you name your daughter Destiny? And what's funny is that I didn't name her Destiny. Her dad did. Um, but I'm not gonna sit here and say, "Oh, her dad named her Destiny," and I didn't like the name. No, when he came to me with the name, I was like, "Oh yeah, I like that. I like that." But it wasn't like my idea to name her Destiny, if that makes sense. But when we looked up, because one thing that her dad and I said, we both said that we wanted her name, and we wanted our kids' name, like, and I know I've always said this, you know, when we were together, we said we always wanted our kids to have names with meaning. I don't know about what he thinks, but I know I still want every last one of my kids to have a name that means something. And so Destiny is defined as something that is to happen or has happened to a particular person or thing, lot, or fortune. The predetermined, usually the inevitable or irresistible course of events. The power or agency that determines the courses of events. This power personified or represented as a goddess. The origin of destiny comes from the Old French, the Middle English, and the Latin. Synonyms of destiny include fate, karma, or future. So, when we looked up the meaning of destiny, it really hit home for the both of us. But I'll tell you why it hit home for me. It hit home for me because it's like every human being that is born into this world has a purpose and they have a destiny. And so, whatever the course of her life is, um, I speak, and I spoke it over her life, and so did her dad, so did my bishop, and so did everyone else, that she has great destiny on her life. Like, she will be great, she will be amazing, she will be successful, she will be self-sufficient, and I could go on and on and on and on about what I spoke over her life, what her, what her dad spoke over her life, what my bishop and his past and everything else spoke over her life. Dion Kipping has a song entitled Destiny is Waiting. And so listen to that song, Destiny is Waiting by Dion Kipping, because that'll really show you why not I, but why her dad and then I agreed to her being named Destiny, because her destiny is great. And she's here for a reason. I hope that answered your question. How often, question number 3, how often do you pray? I can't really say that I pray a certain amount of times per day. Whenever I just feel like I need to talk to God, I don't even have to get on my knees and talk to God. I will I can be walking down the street, going to the store, and in my heart I'm praying to God. I can I can be I could be washing the dishes and in my heart be praying to God. I formally pray when I wake up in the morning, before I go to sleep at night. And I try to, carve out a little time in my lunch period to my lunchtime, excuse me, to just pray. To talk to God. But I mean, whenever I feel like I need to talk to him, I talk to him. So I could talk to him 3 times a day, 4 times a day, 7, 8, 9, 10 times a day. I could talk to him however many times a day. It really all depends on the day, honestly. But I know for certain I pray 3 times out of a day, and that's before I go to sleep, when I wake up in the morning, and during my lunch hour. But it's not just limited to those 3 times. Question number 4. What made you launch the Just Be Different movement? This is a good question. Excuse me real quick. So don't beat me up. So yeah. What made me launch the Just Be Different movement? The Just Be Different movement was launched originally. Let me tell you how the light bulb just went off one day. I was having appetizers and whatnot with one of my sister girls. Well, I call her, she's like really my only sister girl. Like she's like a sister to me. My big sister Chanel. If you watching, hey girl. And I mean, before I go on, she has a handmade jewelry line called Bella Lang. And so if you like jewelry and if you like handcrafted jewelry, like these are made by hand, personally by her, and they are gorgeous. Maybe one day this week or next week I will wear my Bella Lang earrings. They somewhere in my jewelry box, but I will find them and I'll put them on and you will see like it's made with love and care, and all of her earrings have meanings behind them. I mean, you just want to sew into that business. She's a wholesome, genuine young lady. One of the most sweetest persons I've ever met. So yeah, Bella Lang, get your earrings, your necklaces, your bracelets, all of that today, okay? But we were having a conversation. She wanted to and she wanted to interview me for her online magazine for her Bella Lang jewelry line, and so what started off as a conversation about why I cut off on my hair and became Team Natural. I mean, now my hair, I got this hair in, but my hair has to be about out to here maybe now. I cut it Thanksgiving Eve last year, so it's almost been a year, ladies and gentlemen. And so she wanted to talk to me about how I how my fashion revolves around my choice becoming Team Natural. And so that conversation turned into how my decision to go Team Natural inspired me to accept myself for who I am, and how I started my journey towards heightened self-esteem and things like that. From that interview, the Just Be Different movement was birthed. My mantra, however you say it, because people say it differently, but my mantra for my life for the past 5 years has been just be different. And not necessarily because I just thought it sounded cute, but I really need, like sometimes you just need to encourage yourself. And I was in a place in my life, and I still kind of am in a place in my life where I encourage so many other people, and oftentimes I don't, that encouragement is not reciprocated. And not that I'm necessarily looking for someone to reciprocate that encouragement to me, because I can encourage myself. But sometimes you get weary in encouraging yourself, and so it's like, oh, like I just need somebody to hear me out. And that night she was able to hear me out. And once I started speaking to her about everything just started coming together. I had dreams about starting a non-for-profit organization or a movement that would empower people everywhere. And I just didn't know how to go about it. But that night in the Applebee's, I was like, oh yeah, this is it. This is it. And that's really how it started. And so the goal, I say that every broadcast, the goal of the Just Be Different movement is to empower people from all walks of life to be different in every aspect of their lives. I don't care if you're black, white, orange, blue, yellow, brown, Chinese, Japanese, Hispanic, Europe, Italian, Russian, whatever you are, whoever you are not exempt. Like, all are welcome to join the movement, to be encouraged and empowered and inspired by the movement. We want everyone to be different in every aspect of their lives, spiritually, physically, emotionally, mentally. Yes, we want everyone, not, we're here to reach the total man. We want everyone to be whole and complete. And to not be the same. Stop reaching for the status quo and go beyond that. Be different. Dare to be different. And so that was really how the Just Be Different movement was launched. The broadcasts were launched on Periscope shortly after we launched the broadcast on Facebook. Well, I can't really say that. The actual launch of the Just Be Different movement started with the Just Be Different broadcast on Periscope. It was in September where I did my first episode on Periscope. And when I tell you so many people tuned in and watched and supported, I was overwhelmed with joy. Because at that moment I knew, okay, yeah, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. This is one of the things that I'm supposed to be doing. And so, I mean, from then, we did a few episodes on Periscope. Then my iPad died on me. So then I had to resort to recording videos and putting them on YouTube. But I do desire to go back on Periscope because it's a live broadcast. And although it's only up for 24 hours, it is a live broadcast. I can save them, then put them onto YouTube so that people can still watch them after those 24 hours are over. And people get to give me feedback while I'm talking. And so to me, it's more intimate, and I enjoy that. So that's how the Just Be Different movement was launched. Okay. Let me see. Y'all gotta forgive me. I'm a texting junkie, and I should be telling people when I'm getting ready to broadcast, because it's not fair to you guys, and I'm always checking my phone. But the questions are in my phone too, so don't get mad. Okay, I'm reading these questions from my phone. All right. What is your favorite song, or what's your favorite songs at the moment? Let me see. No, not right now. You see I'm doing something, right? Go watch Caillou. Okay, go read it. But you can't come into the camera. But I can't read it right now. I can't read it right now. Watch Caillou. Come here. Excuse me, y'all. Come here. After I finish, I'm gonna read it to you, okay? Watch Caillou. So, what are my favorite songs at the present moment? And then, oh yeah, they did say secular as well as non-secular. The song that I've been listening to a lot lately, as far as non-secular goes, because I love gospel music. I've been listening to a whole lot. Do I have a favorite song that in the gospel right now? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. A song that just came out not too long ago entitled "He Reigns" by Vincent Bohanna and the Sound of Victory Fellowship Choir. It is amazing. They're one of Brooklyn's own, New York's own. And so, I always support New York's own. That's one of my favorite songs right now. Another one of my favorite songs right now is a hymn. The Blood Will Never Lose Its Power. I don't know if you guys saw, I recorded a video of me singing that a few days ago. That song has been blessing me tremendously right now. And also, Jesus, I just had it. It Is Well With My Soul. That's another hymn that has really been carrying me through right now, in this time in my life. And I say that because, I battle with myself every day. Sometimes I'm just so depressed. And I fight through that because I know that I have a purpose and a destiny on my life to empower you guys. And so even sometimes, a lot of the times when I come before you guys, I'm ministering through pain. And I'm empowering you through my own hurt, my own struggles. But it's well with my soul. As far as secular songs go, the one song that I have been listening to, which has me in my feelings all the time, and I don't even know why Pandora did this to me a few days ago, and it did it to me today too. If you have me on as a friend on Facebook, you will see that I put the lyrics up to it today. Like, Pandora has really been violating my feelings. Like, Pandora, I'm about to delete the app and everything. I cannot. But Can You Stand the Rain by New Edition? Sunny days, everybody loves them. Tell me, baby, can you stand the rain? Storms will come. See, this I know for sure. Can you stand the rain? And that's all I'm going to sing. Because, honey, that song took me out the other day. And it took me out kind of today. I was at my desk like, whoo. Oh my God. Like, no. Pandora, you're not going to have me in my feelings. But, I talk a lot about love and relationships. And I've stood, and I have withstood a lot when it came to love and relationships. And so, I don't know why that song's been speaking to me lately, but it's like, can any of y'all stand the rain? Like, can y'all? I mean, we all, and I mean, it ministers to me too. Like, can I stand the rain? Like, we always love the good days. When everything's good, we're fine, we're perfect, we're happy. But can we still be happy when the storms come? Like, can we really still be happy when the storms come? It's hard to, but can you still maintain your joy and your happiness when the storms of life come your way? And trust me, I've been dealing with the storms of life for a while now. And I've learned to try my best to maintain my happiness. But yeah, me and Pandora are not cool right now because she has really been playing this song, and for those of you who have Pandora or whatever, you know that you can't replay the song or whatever. It's just a random mix of songs. So Pandora is really trying me. Pandora, I didn't send for you. Don't come for me. Okay. Anyway, yeah. So those are my favorite songs at the present moment. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Well, in 5 years, I know for sure that I will be knocking on 30. And I'm scared. Like, I will really be like knocking on 30. And so by this time, I really hope and pray that I am in a more stable place emotionally, because right now, and I mean, I'm working on it, but right now I'm not I'm not as stable as I want to be, and emotionally. I'm trying to rebuild my self-confidence, and I'm trying to reassure myself that I am worth the wait, that I'm beautiful, that I'm fearfully and wonderfully made, and things like that. But it gets hard because, of course, I've dealt with so many things before that made me feel like I wasn't fearfully and wonderfully made. It felt like I wasn't worth the wait, things like that. So, like I said, it gets hard. But I do see myself knocking on 30, which means I really want to at least have the majority of my education completed, which means like all my degrees, or most of my degrees that I desire to have. I want them to be completed. I want to be settled in my career, knowing that I won't have to move around or do any changing. I don't know. I really don't see myself living in New York by 30 though. I think a move down south would be better or best for me. I just need to slow down a little bit. I just need to slow down a little bit. Um, you know, by that time, Destiny will probably be like how yeah, like 8, 7, 8. So I also want to be able to be in a place where I can support her financially like I really want to, because in New York it's very expensive to live, and even if you make decent money you're still scraping pennies. So I just want to move a slower pace of life where it's more affordable for me to enjoy my money, and and where there's a better chance for Destiny to succeed and grow. Nothing about, nothing against the major cities, but a lot of the major cities, they don't have good schools, they don't have great hospitals, they don't have great anything. Um, they have the best and then they have the worst. But sometimes because of the color of your skin, you are given the worst options rather than the best options. So, 30, I don't, I always had thing, I want to be married by 27 and have, be married and have kids by 27, I already had a kid, so that's X'd out. As far as marriage goes, now I'm just like, well, Lord, if I gotta wait, I gotta wait. But Lord, don't have me wait until I'm like 40 and 50. Like, I don't want to get married late in my life. Like, I want to get married when I'm younger so that I can have more time with the person that I'm married to. But nothing grand. I mean, it would be nice if I was rich, but 9 times out of 10, you know, it's realistic, honey, because I trust in God. But if I'm not by 30, it's fine. I just want to be well off. If that makes sense. Happy. In every area of my life, just happy in my relationships, happy with my daughter, happy in who I am, happy with my career, happy with my education, just happy, 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 happy. I don't want to have to struggle. So hopefully, Lord, in the next 5, 6 years, you do it for me. Amen. Amen. I believe you and I trust you, God. Go watch Caillou. You don't have on a shirt. Get a shirt, and then maybe you can say hi. No, get a shirt, and then maybe you can say. But you're not gonna get on the camera with no clothes on. That's my shirt. Get your shirt. Where's your shirt? That's not your shirt. Oh, Jesus Christ. Put the shirt on, even though it's my shirt. Put the shirt on, because you're getting on my nerve. But yeah, I hope that answers your question. Next, how do you feel on most days? Are you always that happy? Now, I touched on it a little bit before, but no, I'm always not that happy. I come before you guys being energetic and things like that, and wanting to I don't want to show y'all that I'm down and depressed and sad and lonely and things like that. So that's why I come to you guys the way that I come to you guys. But there are a lot of days where I am quite down and depressed and things like that. But I want to be that happy every day at one point in my life. There are days where I feel absolutely amazing, and there are other days where I feel like crap. No, I'm just being honest. There are days when I feel like crap, but I don't want y'all to see that. I'm not a person to show all my emotions and things like that. Um, I hide a lot of my emotions and I keep them bottled up. But I don't want to come up on here like, oh, y'all, I'm so depressed, so thing like that. Because then y'all going to be like, oh, my God, like, all she want to do is talk about her miserable life and things like that. And, I mean, my life isn't as miserable as it used to be, but, honey, it ain't all the way there yet. But that's not what I, did this broadcast for, so that y'all could feel bad for me or things like that. No, I deal with my personal battles and try to take them in stride the best way that I can. Right? Right. Am I almost done with these questions? Because I know I had picked out a lot, but I don't want the broadcast to go so long. Did that one, did this 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 one. Has the movement impacted your life in any way since its launching? Oh my God, yes. Because whenever I come to you guys and I talk to y'all, I'm not only ministering to you guys, but I'm ministering to myself. Like, I leave empowered after every broadcast. Like, I really do. So don't think that I'm just telling y'all something that I'm not trying to live by, or that I'm just trying to tell y'all to do these things and I ain't doing them. No, like, every time I come to you guys, I am empowered. I feel like I can make it another day. Like, because there's some days when I come to y'all and I'm like this day was so trash. This week was so trash. Like, am I going to be able to make it? But when I come before you guys and I talk to you guys, I not only try to empower you guys, but I come first to empower myself. So yes, this movement has changed my life and impact my life in more ways than one every day. Every day. Did that one. Okay. You inspire others, but who inspires you? I have few people. I have a few people. My parents definitely inspire me. For those of you that don't know, my parents are both deceased. They died, and my mom died in 2010, and my dad died in 2013, respectively. Um, and you know, after their deaths, I went through some of the hardest times of my life. But they definitely inspire me because they left me with so much wisdom and knowledge, understanding on life, my faith, my culture. And I definitely thank God for them. Um, my parents were such great role models for me. Like, I just hope that I can be just a tinge of what my mom and dad were in their lifetimes. Um, they definitely inspire me to keep pushing. Not if not for myself, for my daughter, because they sacrificed so much for me and they did so much for me so that I can have the life that I have now. So they definitely are inspirations to me. They inspire me daily, even in their absence. Another person that definitely inspires me is my bishop. If you follow me on Instagram and Twitter, if you have me as a friend on Facebook, you always know that I'm shouting out my bishop. I love my bishop. Now, I've only been under his watch for about a year now. Yeah, a year and a month and change. A year and 2 months and change. But my bishop is amazing. Like, he, I've known him since I was a little kid, but in this year that I've really gotten to sit down and know him and him know me, like, I have learned so much. I have gleaned from his field of knowledge and from his well of wisdom. I'm telling you. He is just amazing, and he looks out for my best interests. He loves me and he loves Destiny. He loves the both of us immensely, just as much as we love him. And I'd rather have no. I'm just so glad to be under his leadership and under his guidance, that he, sees something in me to allow me to be under him in ministry, to work in various areas of the church, to sing, to do. Just to do whatever he feels like my hands should be assigned to do. I literally don't take it for granted. I count it an honor and a privilege to serve such an amazing man, because he holds he holds nothing. He doesn't hold his tongue for anybody. He cuts it straight and to the point. Like, whatever he sees in me that sees that I need fixing, he'll be like, Janae, you wasn't right for this. You need to do X, Y, and Z. He'll congratulate me when I do good, and he'll reprimand me when I do bad. And so, like, he inspires me. And even all of the things that he's been through, even in the little conversations that him and I have, and he shares with me, like, what he's been through throughout his life, I see, I see so much of myself in him, and I'm sure he sees so much of himself in me. Um, But I thank God for when I tell you I thank God for my bishop, listen, if you don't have a church home and you live in the Brooklyn or the New York or the greater New York City metro area, please feel free to stop by the Cathedral of the Greater Free Gift Baptist Church at 146 Stockton Street between Marcy and Tompkins Avenue, Brooklyn, New York 11206. Services every Sunday begin at 9 a.m. with Sunday school. Sunday school is a service. I mean, Sunday school be lit. Sunday school be lit. And then at 10:45 we have our High Holy Morning Worship. First Sundays is communion. Every Sunday is a move of God. Like, Bishop pours his soul and his heart out every Sunday, and he gives what God gave him to us in such an amazingly powerful way. Like, you have to be there to experience it. Like, I'm telling you this, but you have to be there to experience it. Just come, stop by, praise the Lord, worship with us, will you? But he is definitely another one that inspires me. The last person that I will say inspires me is my grandmother, my paternal grandmother. She's 90 years old, and she's still here. And I mean, even though her faith, even though her mind may not always be there, her faith in God is so resilient. Like, I have not seen someone who has been so full of faith and so determined to stay in her walk in God than my grandmother. Like, I promise you, growing up, I thought my grandmother was like, I don't know, like Mother Mary or something like that. She was just, I mean, she was just so holy. Like, everything was Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. And I was like, you know what? One day I want to be like my grandmother. And, I sat and I spoke to her one day, and I was like, yo, how do you keep your relationship with God? And she was like, honey, it's the hardest thing I've ever had to do. And then she would tell me about a time when she wasn't in church. She had been in church all her life, but, the time when she wasn't in church. And when she wasn't in church, she would go to church, but she wasn't there. Like, her body would be there, but her mind wasn't there. Cause she was like, and I've done my fair share of things. Don't think that I was popped out of the womb holy and things. No, I wasn't. But she said, when I came to really find out how important God was to me and how much I needed him in my life, I made a vow to him a long time ago. Told me if he saved me, and I told him if he saved me, I'll serve him. She says that every chance she get, and every time she says that, I'm like, wow. She'll say it. She's like, because Janae, I made a vow to the Lord a long time ago, and I told him if he saved me, I'll serve him. And she says, I try every day of my life to serve the God that saved me. And I just find that to be so amazing. Like, amazing. It's just wonderful how my grandmother, even as she's up in age and, going through this period in her life, that she lost her son, my dad, and that was her only child. She lost him at 88. She was 88 years old when my dad passed away. And, for her to still be strong in the Lord, like, really just inspires me every day. So those are the people that inspire me to be the best Janae that I can be. And my daughter does too. Let me not forget Destiny. She's the reason why I wake up every morning, besides God tapping me on my shoulder and saying, yo, Nate, get up. My daughter really inspires me just to be better so that she can have a role model in me, so that when she gets older, she'll say, you know what, my mom led by great example. She taught me, she taught me the best that she knew how. And, that one day she would like to try to follow in my footsteps. Yeah, she inspires me too. And the last question is, what are the plans for the movement next year? Now, the plans for the movement next year are amazing, but I'm not going to share them with you at this time. Next month, I will start to reveal some of the plans that we have going for the movement. But when I tell you 2016 is going to be bananas, it's going to be bananas. Like, I'm trying to become an incorporated non-for-profit organization. Just so much that are in the works right now. I just gave y'all a little bit. I just gave y'all something, but I'm not gonna give y'all everything. You just gotta stay tuned to find out All right, guys, listen. Thank you so much for sending in those questions. Thank you for that. I really enjoyed this segment tonight, just answering some of your questions. Sorry for all the distractions and things like that. But yeah, I'm so glad that I was able to share my heart again with you guys tonight. If you saw last night's webisode, then yes. No. So, if you saw last night's webisode, then you definitely know that I poured my heart out. So, with that being said, thank you so much again. I appreciate it. Please visit our website. Please like us on Facebook. The links will be provided for you in the description below. I hope that you have a great night. I love you all. God bless. Good night.